on, Jimmy. Who are you going to fight against when this balloon of yours goes up?
Forces of anarchy, wreckers of law and order.
See?
Communists, Maoists, Trotskyists, Neo-Trotskyists, Crypto-Trotskyists, union leaders, communist union leaders.
See?
Atheists, agnostics, long-haired weirdos, short-haired weirdos, vandals, hooligans.
The government, hug the government, love the government, hug the government, love the government.
Hi Tim, thanks for being with us today. So you're here to talk to us about light.
And dark.
And dark. They go together, yeah. Now, I'm going to start with an anecdote now. When my wife, well, she wasn't my wife at the time, but she visited me in the County Kerry, and we decided to go to the pub one night. And one of the first things that I noticed was that my wife could not see in the dark as well as I did, because where I am from in Kerry is really, really dark, and I could quite make out the sides of the roads, kind of down a narrow country lane. She couldn't. And it just made me think that why is that the case? Why is two people's experience of light different? And then that kind of made me start thinking about Aristotle. And he says at the start of the Metaphysics that the origin of philosophy, the origin of thinking is wonderment, astonishment. To begin with, I mean, is light, is that the condition of all things? Light, is that a fundamental question? Is that something so ubiquitous that we forget about it sometimes?
Of course it is, and no light, no earth, no life on earth. So it's very clear that light is fundamental to our kind of existence. Although it has to be said that recent research has shown that there are certain organisms at the bottom of the darkest sea that actually reproduce without any light whatsoever. But they're the exception rather than the rule.
In terms of forgetting about light, it's something that we don't really think about it, yet it is really, really omnipresent. It's everywhere.
Of course it is. It's everywhere, and we are sighted beings. We have a particular ocular apparatus that allows us to discern the world in particular ways. To see with light is the way that I put it. And what's kind of really interesting about that is to speculate, because we can never really be sure, although we might be able to kind of work out what the visual apparatus of other creatures is that we see with light in a very, very particular way. We can see certain colours on the spectrum. We can not see very far away, for instance. But actually, to go back to your anecdote, we can see quite